Only attack on me. But Jayden Chase, they have to make the fans them know what really are going.
What you talking about? Is Jayden place? See me up to the time, you know, a cartel. I represent for Jayden Chase. We spray them face when the AK raise. See me up to the time, you know, the Gaza station.
Yeah, man, move settings, viewers and subscribers. And we no need no ladder. Gaza Nation, we no find the Gaza station. Welcome to the channel, Jayden Chase. And yes, we are bringing one another new and yes, exciting reason for the topic of dancehall and entertainment. Remember, man, I remind you now to click the subscribe icon, then the bell icon, and for also leave a like, a comment, and yes, was a share on the blog in truth. Now, viewers and subscribers, with a general election days away, and with news of Vybz Kartel's appeal being moved to the Privy Council, months in wait, I feel like it's important for us to discuss this. Now, people feel like it is Vybz Kartel's music that enraged Uptown. That is one aspect of it. But Vybz Kartel did not create raunchiness. The fact that Vybz Kartel is considered the voice of the ghetto as the title of his book, the things that Vybz Kartel chooses to speak of is what enraged him. It's not the girl, let me back it up. It's not about the herb. It's not about him say, yo. It's not about the lyrical content of some of the more hardcore songs like Budu Bye, Budu Bye, Budu Bye. No, it's the wealth of knowledge that this entertainer has chosen to bestow it out there to the fans. Now, speaking of the book, I read the description for you. Vybz Kartel said, "As strange as this might sound, I hope you do not enjoy this book. I hope it disturbs you. I hope after reading you realize there's something wrong with Jamaica that needs to be fixed. I hope you will never look at a ghetto person the same again. I hope you will never see a young girl in a compromising position with an older man and not question what is going on. I hope you will never see a young man in jail and write him off as worthless or bad. Most important, I hope that you will not only hear but listen to the voice of the ghetto." I'm going to stop this first, because he ended that statement with the words of Marcus Garvey, which was one God, one aim, one destiny, one love. No, not only hear but listen to the voice of the ghetto. There's a campaign trail going on. Them say gone virtual now. But if you notice anything about a campaign, it has nothing to do with what individuals from these communities want. It is more about what these MPs, councillors, and these different candidates want from you. What them want? Them want your vote. What about what you want? What them going on? Yes. When have they ever listened to the inner city and acted on the information brought to them by individuals who actually reside in these communities? Them say policing now work. You know why? Because them make the decision from the JCF, not thinking about the people who live in these communities. You have to start from the community level. If we not go police the community, then how come these decisions are made by people who are not residents, who have never been there, and do not know what the conditions are like for people in these inner city communities? Vybz Kartel has chosen to speak on this subject matter. And about the girl, let me back it up. The hardcore lyrical content in a Budu Bye. And that, because Vybz Kartel has chosen to impart the knowledge that he has gained over the years to the ones them. Him say the book was not for just enjoyment and pleasure. If you say, yeah, teacher put out a book. No, it was to educate the masses, not just the ones in the inner city. Him say even the ones uptown. Because I don't feel like people uptown want the country in the situation where you know. Uptown people can pass through downtown too. And will a vibe. Yeah, they don't want just the uptown alone and isolated from them own island. These individuals are Jamaicans. They don't want just to say, you're watching, we have to stay here so, or we have to stay there so, because of this. No, they would want a better Jamaica like anybody else. But they don't know how to go about it. Because someone who has never resided in the ghetto, not forward from the ghetto, can't help out the ghetto to a certain extent. Yeah, you can forward and fund certain things and invest in the youths. But the problems run deep. Them say, jobs are one of our problems. Did you know that in the inner city, I remember me hear people will leave school with many subjects that before at A-level forwarding. And them I say just because of their address, once upon a time, You could not get employment no matter how qualified you were, because people were afraid of the negativity and the stories that they heard about your community and that being brought to the workplace. Would you believe? I just recently things changing. I almost say recently, I mean like probably about 4 years ago, with the advent of call centers and different type of occupations where people not readily at look upon the fact say you're forward from that community or you're forward from that community. As long as they can do the work, they're willing to put in the hours, then yes, you can be a part of our workforce. But for a number of years, viewers and subscribers, you couldn't get the work just based on where you live. Them now listen to the ghetto. Jobs were being created, but for who? In many countries across the world, they are facing a situation like this. Everybody has been educated to a first world level. So all they have are CEOs, doctors and lawyers and people of this nature. Now, menial jobs, meaning the jobs where you probably don't need no skill set or certification to do them. Them find themselves in a predicament where, why for the word still? Them find themselves in a situation where they no longer have individuals willing to do these jobs. Because I now send my youth go to college for 5 years to come pick and plant and do nothing. I now send my youth go to college 5 years to go work in a department store at Walmart. Them now do it. We want them either become entrepreneurs or start big business. So you find to know we have outsourcing. And locally, when them first start to create these jobs, them find to watch now. The certain demographic of the people who would want to do these jobs now want to do it. So then they have to open it up to the ghetto. And so people start, receive a certain level of empowerment. Now for the people who wonder why when I get the Privy Council, we're going to get the appeal court ruling it, say, yes, everything is okay, they have crossed all the T's and dotted all the I's and them can move the situation across to the international courts. It's because, as we said, everything that happens locally, especially we are talking about state-wise, and for those who don't mean when we say state-wise, we mean like things of the government. You know what I mean? When things of that nature is being discussed and handled, especially in a election year, everything is intertwined with politics. Let me just put it out there. Everything is intertwined. From the advent of new businesses, to new contracts, to new loans, everything is intertwined with the political landscape. So one out of two things, or a few things. It's either the announcement of the date or the fact that the case is being moved to the international court will be used as some type of tactical gain. For it only could have benefited the party in power now, more than likely. It couldn't be something that benefits the other party because they don't really have the situation or the leeway for push forward certain matters. They are not in power. But a party in power could try to do something like that. As well as a party in power could try to do a stop or slow down the process altogether. The DPP has already retained her seat via the Governor General. As simple as it sounds, she will continue to be the DPP for some more years. These judges who will not be retiring will also retain their seat as being a judge. We're not talking about no councillor, no MP. We're not talking about that. We're only talking about these individuals were promised things. Mama at the age of retirement. And what them do? Extend our stay. Who you ever know work for government for so much years and still try work more years? If you don't make the millions or the billions, that you're not gonna make it in the next couple of years, what you plan to do? Unless they are paid to throw out certain cases. Reason for another discussion. Unless them get paid to throw out certain cases. Because remember, all high profile cases involving people who have the links to the state are always thrown out. We see the education minister get himself in a situation where the whole world see. And I know we can't see him in a shackles behind the bars. We don't wish these situations on any individual, you know? But we are pointing this out. If you can use circumstantial evidence and give somebody 30 odd years, then why we can't say this person thief up the money for the youths? For you take money from the youths, you sabotage the country. Because if you sabotage the youths, then we have no future. So on that basis alone, this man should be in shackles behind the bars because he's threatening the stability of our entire country by robbing the funds there to educate and get skills for these young individuals we have found out, man and woman. The man run about maritime money. It's not right. Maritime help out a whole heap of youth. And they might try about the money. Me don't support that. He should be behind the bars in shackles. But we see that not go on. So maybe, just maybe. Anyway, Vybz to the one called Jayden Chase, the dancehall correspondent, the Gaza representative, and yes, I am reminding you now, if you're new to the movement, new to the channel, just a pass through, but you like the reason, of course you like the point of view, well I'm suggesting to you that you click the subscribe icon, then the bell icon right after that and put it on all, and this is how you know you'll be notified of all fresh content as soon as fresh content is uploaded and made available for you right here on the platform. You know the settings, and for those who don't, first and foremost our move settings fam, and we no need no ladder, and my sentiments for you and yours are to live, love and prosper until we reason again.